How's it going, everybody? Happy Friday. I hope all of you had an enjoyable Thursday, hopefully active rest day. Hopefully you jumped on that Facebook Live, hung out with Dustin for his yoga flow. If not, no big deal. Hopefully you got outside, got a little bit of a walk-in, maybe your own at-home yoga flow or stretch session. We're here for Friday's Movement for Quality. We're going 3 rounds, 10 of every movement, starting with the pullover, which is a new one for most of us, the Cossack squat, the bird dog, and the dead bugs. We're gonna go ahead and start with the pullover. The way we're gonna do this, we'll use our odd object dumbbell kettlebell, or if you're on the barbell program and you don't have a dumbbell kettlebell or odd object, you will use a plate. We are going to begin by laying on our back, feet tucked up by our butt. I'm gonna take my hat off so you guys can see. We're going to begin by tucking our chin into our chest. We are going to take our object up overhead. We're gonna press straight up to that ceiling, and nice and slow and controlled, I'm gonna lower my arms back as far as I can, keeping them both straight and keeping my low back planted into the ground, and I'm gonna pull back over top. If you have a dumbbell or a kettlebell, if you need to, you can also hold in the center, or you can hold out on the sides like you would for your plate. Remember, big 2 things we're looking for here: arms stay straight the entire time, and that low back right here, just like on our hollow body rocks, stays planted in the ground. If I get right here and that low back arches, then that just means this is where I'm gonna stop, and I'm gonna pull back over to above center of gravity. So if that low back pops up, that just means we have a little bit of limited range of motion. Go to that point right before your back pops off the ground, and then stop there and come back to neutral. From there, we're gonna go into our Cossack squat. Remember, for those Cossack squat, if you need, you can use the side of your garage, a wall, a banister on your steps, whatever for stability, but we're gonna come out into that wide stance. We're gonna squat over to one side. You can either leave your foot flat on the ground, or you can pull those toes up. Either one is perfectly fine, but big goals for this is making sure, as best we can from a side angle, that you're still keeping that chest relatively tall, so that if I brought this other foot in, it mimics an air squat. What we don't wanna see are those hips going way back and that chest dive bombing forward. So again, if you need something for support that you can walk those hands down and keep that chest nice and tall, feel free to use that. From there, we're going to our good bird dogs. We're gonna set up in that tabletop position. We're gonna extend alternating limbs. What I want you guys to really focus on here, notice I have my toes pulled toward me. I'm not pointing them away from my body. What happens when we tend to point our toes is we tend to do this big arch thing, and we don't actually want that. We want a straight line from those fingertips all the way back down to our heel. Core is nice and engaged, and returning back down. Dead bugs, same thing, just upside down. We're gonna lay on that back, big breath in. As I extend opposing sides, I'm pushing that low belly down into the ground. Pausing briefly at extension, and always pausing back here in my neutral starting position. That is our movement quality. See you guys back in about 10 minutes for the Metcon.